What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back at the shop again today. We've got a, which always doesn't work. Anyway, we've got a big shipment of parts coming in. Well, actually I don't. It's for Dad's side-by-side, his RZR 900. He ordered a bunch of stuff for it. So I was going to do an install video, but if I did an install video, it would be like probably 2 hours long. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is do like a walk around and show you what it looks like now, and then I'll show you bits and pieces of it, and then we'll do a complete walk around afterwards. And it is going to look completely different, so make sure you watch to the end. This thing's going to be crazy by the time we get done with it. So yeah, let me go in here and I'll give you a walk around of what it looks like right now, and then I'd say we're going to start tearing it apart today, and then we'll finish it tomorrow. So yeah, let me walk in here while I'm doing that. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, turn that little bell on so you'll be notified every time I upload a video, and we'll see you here in just a second. Alright, here's his RZR. It's a 16 model 900 RZR S. It's got the power steering and all that, which y'all seen it before. We put so much stuff, or he's put so much stuff on it. And right now he's running 27 by 9 by 12s. Which I measured with a measuring tape, and they're actually only 25 inches tall. So he's got 8 inches of ground clearance in the rear and 12s in the front. Alright guys, here is one of the things he bought, the System 3, just like I just put on my Sportsman high lifter, the XTR 370s, but he went up to a 32 by 10 by 15, and he bought the System 3 these are actual true beadlocks. So as I guess y'all know, the ring unbolts, take the tire off so you can air down so much. But he's got 4 of them things. They're massive. I'll put a picture in right here after this to show you what it looks like standing next to it with those little, they say they're 27s, but when you measure them, they actually come out to 25s. And these measure out to be a true 32. And I guess by now y'all can tell what we're doing. He's bought a lift kit and all new control arms. And what else did he order? Oh yeah, he ordered something else. The roll bars that go from right here up to there, which should be in that long box. So right now we're starting out by getting the control arms on the rear. Morning guys, it's the next day. We stopped on it yesterday when it got time to go home. Here's what we got done so far. Here's the driver's side, as you can see, still got that on it. These are the new control arms. And they're built really beefy. Got all kind of supports. But what I'm going to have to do, we went ahead and open the lift kit. The lift kit actually bolts in with that on the rear. Move these here. Lift kit actually sits in there like that, which you can kind of barely see because it's so freaking dark. Hold on. There you go. It mounts up in the where the old shock mount, and then bolts to your lower control arm bracket. Then your new shock locations here, and back down to there. So on the other side, I'm going to tear it apart, and we're also going to be putting the lift kit on at the same time we're putting these on the rear, and then we'll start on the front. Alright, we got them on. There's the lower control arms, and then the lift kit. Brought the shock mounting point from in there plumb out here. Now, the last thing I forgot to tell you, running this lift kit with these control arms, you have to put wheel spacers because your tire actually hits that when we set that on there a while ago. So here in a minute, I'm about to start on the front. I'm going to get the shock off, get both these ball joints broke loose, get the control arms out, and then we'll have to let it down and go in from the top and put the lift kit in. Alright, I got the driver's side disassembled. And I've already got the passenger side put together. As you can tell, I've left the shock off because our lift kit actually bolts here and on the same thing on the other side where the shock used to mount, and it brings your shock out. But as you can see, we got winch wires and all this other stuff, and I've got to rerun this, and I've got to rerun our overflow for our radiator reservoir tank. So I'm going to get the driver's side looking just like this, and then we'll let it down and we'll take the hood off, and I'll be able to get to everything. But I think the orange is going to look really good under it. And again, I don't know if I said this a while ago, but these actually push the tires forward 1.5 inches, and those push the tires back 1.5 inches. So as you can see the curve in them. Back here is the same way. So that gives us the clearance for those 32s. Alright, I got both sides done. As you can see what I was talking about, we had to put wheel spacers on it. The front ain't so bad, but the rear the tires hit because the shocks are standing straight up. The tires hit the reservoir. But we got the front end done. I gotta put on one more wheel spacer. He's replacing the back brakes, and then we'll be ready to put the new tires and wheels on it, and then measure and see exactly how much ground clearance he's got. I think it's going to look really good. We're expecting about 8 inches taller than what it was because he went up in size tire, he went up to a 15-inch wheel, and we put a 3-inch lift. So we'll see. Alright, and the other thing that he ordered, I didn't even show putting them on because it didn't take just a second, is the rear roll cage for it that clamp to the SuperATV bumper, and they bolt to the roof. We get the tires and wheels on it. I'll do a full walk around of it. Alright guys, we got it done. Finally. It's been an all-day project. Mainly because of having to adjust the springs and everything. They're on a completely different setting than they was on. But yeah, we end up gaining, let's say we gained 6.5 inches of ground clearance here, and the rear we gained 8.25. So now, I mean, as you can see, it's pretty good, pretty tall. And again, those are 32s, the System 3 XR370s, sorry. Well, that definitely looks good. And that lift kit is built beefy as heck. You can see all the, well, it's hard to see. Every one of those shiny things is bolts, that just bolts it to the frame. They're very well built. And again, that's SuperATV, the lower control arms, and the lift kit. And those bars are SuperATV, and so is the rear bumper. So he's pretty much sticking with that company. So yeah, it completely changed the whole looks of it. I'll post pictures right here at the end of what it looks like, you know, an actual still picture. But I'm really liking them real beadlocks and those tires. I really want to try mine out and see how I like the tires on the trail. I think they're going to be awesome. There's kind of a good view of it. 32s are massive. I got 30s on mine, and you've seen how big they look on that four-wheeler. Alright guys, well I appreciate y'all watching. I'm sorry I didn't do like a full in-depth, you know, how to install them. I guess I could have done how to install the fronts in one video and how to do the rear and then the lift kit and all that stuff, and I figured like who in the world is going to want to watch that, because all you gotta do is download the instructions on SuperATV. So I figured what I do in this video is just kind of show you little bits and pieces of how I've done it. And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You unbolt the control arms, you bolt the control arms back up in the same place. You use the exact same bolts that you took out. I mean, it's pretty simple. Now, one thing that he did do on the front, as y'all know, these have got ball joints upper and lower. He went ahead and bought them with upgraded ball joints already installed. So that's one thing I didn't have to do, was pull the old ball joints off of his old control arms. And in the rear, you have no ball joints. It's just polymer bushings all the way around. You know, top and bottom, and then up against the frame as well. So yeah, well, I appreciate y'all watching, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments what you think of this thing. I think it's going to be a completely different ride now. That's for sure. It should go a lot better. His main problem was when we get off in a deep rut, I've got so much ground clearance, you know, my tires hit the ground, I can just drive through it. This thing was squatted so much, he would get on a rut and he'd high center. It would just drag in bottom constantly. He very rarely got stuck, but he's just sitting there just constantly dragging, mud along with him. So yeah, all right. Well, I'm sure he's going to end up buying some more stuff for this thing, and we'll have future videos for y'all. And today's what? What is the day? Today is Wednesday. So I guess y'all will probably see this tomorrow or Friday, one of the two. Anyway, again, this weekend's hunting season, so make sure y'all stick around. I got a couple of new guns that we're going to take out and hopefully shoot some hogs or whitetail with this year. Actually, I don't think you've seen either one of them. Yeah, I don't think you've seen either one of them. So, all right, we'll just stay tuned for that. And like always, until next time, y'all have a good one.